And as you do this, you awaken this vital life force, you awaken this imagination, uh, your awareness and connection with it with you. And the benefits are you become more aware, more conscious, able to make decisions throughout your day. Give me 1 second here. Let me get this switched over. Let me move this. It's not letting me change it right now. Okay. You guys can hear me fine on your end, right? Yep, you should good. So we're going to get started. We're going to start with breath work, and we're going to bring top end to top end. You're going to breathe in through your nose, release through your nose. And as you're breathing in, first technique is your breath, breathing in all the way. We're going to do 7 breaths, breathing all the way as far as you can, breathing out. As you're breathing, you want to imagine that you're breathing in this blue purplish light, and it's surrounded around you. It's a part of you. You are part of it. As you're breathing in, imagine you're breathing in this beautiful universal cosmic light. And it's moving in. Clearing, cleansing, rejuvenating, regenerating. You're releasing it out of your nose. All the way out as far as you can. Breathing in. Imagine you're making that connection all the way into the celestial. And you're releasing it out. As you're breathing in, imagine seeing this blue purplish light between your eyes, behind your eyes, moving all the way into the celestial. As it moves back down, sit in love, gratitude, gratefulness, appreciation through your body, flowing down into Mother Earth, moving right back into your body, between your eyes, behind your eyes, and releasing that clearing, cleansing, rejuvenating, regenerating. So you're making the ground. Do this again. Imagine the light between your eyes, behind your eyes. Moving that awareness into the celestial, sending love, gratitude, gratefulness, appreciation for that connection. Moving right back down through your body, down through every energy center. Clearing, cleansing, rejuvenating, regenerating, realigning. Moving down to the Mother Earth. Moving right back to your eyes, between your eyes, behind your eyes. Moving out. Recirculating, rejuvenating, regenerating, clearing, cleansing. Bringing in the breath. Releasing. Breathing in. Releasing. Breathing in. As you're doing this, you're noticing that your body is calming down, relaxing, becoming clear of thought. One more time. As you bring this awareness to and through you, feel this energy flowing. Want to activate more energy, become more conscious of this energy, become more aware that you're one with this energy and you can move it. You can entangle with it. Cross your arms. And imagine that you're bringing in more of this universal cosmic consciousness. And you become aware that as you're doing this, you're changing this vital life force. You're changing the body. The energy in the body is literally changing. Imagine, become aware that you are bringing in new energy beyond your normal field of frequency, your normal operating frequency. And as you're bringing in this energy, you can feel the energy moving in. Imagine bringing in more blue, purplish energy, unified field of consciousness into your field, clearing, cleansing, rejuvenating your field. Remember that your field is normally extended a foot away from your body, 2-3 feet away from your body. So bring in, it could be further, depending on your vital life force, how much you practice or you wielded your own power. Bring in more energy into your field. And as you practice doing this, bringing in new energy into your field of consciousness, clearing, cleansing, you feel your field, you also feel your body changing. Why? Because you're literally tapping into this infinite field of consciousness and you're changing the energy in your field, therefore altering your physical body as well. Bring in new energy, breathing in this new energy, this new field of consciousness. We're going to breathe in for 5, hold for 6, release for 8. Breathing in 5, hold for 6, release for 8. Breathe in 5, imagine just moving the ground cord into the celestial and love, over through your body, through Mother Earth. Hold for 6, release for 8. Breathe in 5, hold for 6, release for 8. Breathe in 5, hold for 6, release for 8. You close your eyes, go within. You'll notice that there's no thought. Very clear, clean, crisp. Bring to your imagination, seeing yourself, the new self-image, new consciousness. Imagine bringing this into your field. Bring in the new image of yourself. New gratitude, gratefulness, appreciation, joy, bliss, happiness, health, wealth, well-being. Bring these images into your field. See that your energy is glowing with this blue purplish energy. See your body releasing this blue purplish energy through every bone, releasing this energy through every bone. And every area of your body, it's releasing this blue energy. Stem cells are flowing out. Moving to any area of your body that needs to be repaired, rejuvenated, regenerated, clearing, cleansing. See it moving out of your skull, your head, jaw, each vertebrae, moving down through your shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, moving through your ribs, moving down through your vertebrae, pelvis, femurs, legs, ankles, feet, toes. Imagine seeing this blue purplish energy, universal cosmic energy, flowing through your body, moving through every cartilage, ligament, joint, every muscle, every organ, every cell, every nerve ending. Monitoring your body, flowing through your body, releasing through, to and through, every bone, every cartilage, ligament, joint, every muscle, every organ, every cell, every nerve ending, all vibrating with the perfect law of vibration from the inside and out. Imagine this energy flowing through your body, extending beyond your body now, going beyond, moving down into Mother Earth, connecting with Mother Earth, bringing awareness into the center of Mother Earth. Smell the dirt. Connect with every living system. Connect through every root, every plant, every tree. Bring your awareness, connection, cognition, higher consciousness, connecting with Mother Earth. All things seen, unseen, known and unknown. Moving your awareness above ground, moving through your home, connecting with all things, moving through it, moving through all steel, stainless steel, iron, nickel, brass, aluminum, titanium, gold, silver, minerals, gems, moving through all things, connecting with all things, moving through all animals, animal life, birds, moving through the city, towns, homes, people, moving into the oceans, ocean life, plants in the ocean, moving through all things seen, unseen, known and unknown, moving off this planet, moving into the universal cosmic consciousness, connecting with all things seen and unseen, known and unknown. Bring in this awareness, all time, no time, back to yourself here and now, knowing that you are the center of your own state of being and connected with all things at all times. Making this universal cosmic consciousness your consciousness here and now, between your eyes, behind your eyes. Bringing your awareness to the left hemisphere, right hemisphere. Left is the logic you've used, right is the creativity and as far as you've desired to go. Your right normally likes to extend beyond what it knows. Your left side wants to stick to what it knows. You need to build the self-image of what you desire here and now. Bring the image of the new person that you are becoming every day. And look to your left, your logic. See this round table. Recognize the things that you are becoming. Replace at your round table new financial intelligence for the new self-image that you desire. Replace the professional service that you render to earn the revenue, the money you desire. You need to know what this is, and you have to replace it. If you keep serving the same way, you keep earning the same amount of money. You got to change the way you serve. You got to change your financial strategy, financial intelligence. You need to change the relationships in professional business. You must surround yourself with different people, different minds. Look at your health. You must plant the new image in your round table, who you get ideas from, for your health, the way you eat, the places you eat, the food that you eat. If you want to be somebody different, you've got to literally become somebody different. What are the new meals you eat, the time you eat? Look towards the way you work out, develop yourself, change your body. Look at your personal life. See the new personal life, people you surround yourself with. See the new relationships. Beautiful people, beautiful minds from the inside and out. Now see the new way of experiencing life. New home, house, place you live. Must be all in harmony with the way you serve. You must have a new way of serving. Move to your right hemisphere, creativity. Going beyond what you know, making it logical. Going beyond what you know, you hear, see, taste, touch, and smell. Then creating a plan. These round tables are the ideas that use. These round tables are filled with light, love, gratitude, gratefulness, appreciation. But you've been using the logic in the past. Let go of the past, plant in the new. Remove this awareness down through your body, planting in the new self-image. As you're breathing in, see yourself breathing in this new consciousness, new awareness. You can activate this by crossing your arms, bringing in this new field of consciousness, making this your new heightened awareness of consciousness. Remember that you are the field and the field is you. And however you feel is what you're vibrating, what you're attracting. Bring this vibration in your body, feel the new home frequency. This new home frequency is how you must feel all day long. When you're not feeling like this all day long, you literally went back to your old home frequency and you're literally attracting what you are. Your higher function in life is to evolve. Your purpose in life is to design your life, to create it. The purpose of life is to find your purpose and live it out. And only you know what you truly desire. And if you don't know what you desire and you don't know how you want to live and what you want to do, how you want to contribute to the world, it's because you've been expressing somebody else's ideas and somebody else's behaviors. And this is completely normal. Nobody really guided us or told us from the beginning that you're what we are, spiritual beings living in a physical reality, spiritual beings experiencing a physical body. Nobody really sat and told us you're being programmed, literally being programmed from 0 to 7. And whoever programmed you with their ideas. Nobody ever told you that you're moving into genetic coding. And whatever that genetic coding and memory has, according to the lineage of those family members that you moved into, you're going to start to think and act like them. So there's a lot missing from culture, society, as far as educating us, that we're more than a body. But also we've got to retrain the body to act and behave as it would never have behaved. The more we become aware, the more we can help each other, we can help people, and we can evolve. There's mental programmings that we've got to go through, that we've got to change. I moved into mental programmings that I didn't desire, I didn't want to experience. I had to literally retrain my body to act and behave. It was never going to behave, because that body and that memory in that body was not going to give me the lifestyle that I desired. And we've literally had to take control of this consciousness. And we've also going to need to learn how the mind works, how consciousness works, so that we can further develop ourselves, retrain this mind and body, and to live the life that we desire, ultimately, not one that was programmed for us. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. You can put them down. Also, I'm giving every Tuesday, we're doing this live just to give people value. Also let them know what we do as an Institute of the Mind. We help people reprogram. We teach people how to redesign life, how to set goals and achieve goals. We do this on a global level. We've been consulting and coaching people, and this information that we're teaching has been going on for 60 plus years under the Proctor and Gallagher Institute. And I was trained under Bob because I wanted to find the best that was actually developing people and had the results of developing people, and helping them go beyond what they are, helping them reprogram themselves to live the lives that they desire and truly love, not living as what we know. And this information has changed my life. It's helped me go beyond what I know and consistently do it, not just to have a better result here and there, but continually reprogrammed my programming and consistently do it. Setting goals. Goals are not to get there, to grow. Achieving those goals, and as you get there, you find out more of yourself that you didn't know before, because you're literally becoming someone else. This mindset reset packet, some of you may have it. How are you doing with it? Some of you guys that are already in the subscriber page, $4.99, you're getting all the benefits of a work packet for Mindset 2025, and you should be putting it into play. How are you doing with it? What are y'all learning about yourselves? The only way that you can go beyond yourself is by developing yourself. What is your goal for the year? What is the goal for the quarter? What is the goal for the month? Are you taking the actions? Are you getting stuck? This is normal. And how are you going to get unstuck? This is what we're teaching. So it's a process, but I need to know where you're at. I need to know who you are, where you're at, and what is it that you really want. A lot of times we're choosing goals maybe that we think we can have, or we already know how to do it, but that's not going to change it. You see, the goals are not to get, they're to grow. So if you're not setting a goal that is beyond what you know, you're not changing. You're going to go and do what you know. That means you're going to go experience, and you're going to keep with your same habits, your same paradigms. You're going to go in the same direction. So a habit is going to find who you need to become, who you're wanting to become, the habit of the goal. And in finding that habit of the goal, that's when you're changing yourself. I remember setting the goal, and I'll give you a little story. I remember setting the goal of starting my first company. I had to literally step out of the old habit that I had to develop a new habit. So I decided to start a new company. I'm already working at my job, and I needed to figure out how to generate the income because I didn't have the income to start the first business. So here comes the new habits of behavior that I have to demonstrate. So I'm working full time. After hours, I start to work towards building my company. So after hours, I'm working 12, 14 hours a day, sometimes 16 hours a day. I start to build hoses and fittings and sell them on a route. So I took days off vacation, and I started to take those days off to go introduce myself, drop off a card, tell them what I do, and I started to offer consignment. So then I started to offer consignment at their locations, and I would build the stock room for them, and I would fill the stock rooms, and as they use them, I replace it the following week. So I made this route. I had this vision. I said, this is how I can start. How can I be there and I'm not there? How can I provide value that nobody else is providing? I started to set up rooms and consign the items that they use throughout the week. And as they use it, I bill them the following week, and I restock it. So I was able to start my business and build income while I'm not there, and at the same time still working, so that I could still support my family and then build the vision. In the process of doing this, I learned more about myself. I had to change myself. I had to act and behave as I would never behave. And I was reprogramming myself with different habits, behaviors, and also learning more about myself and what was possible. And that was the growth. As you're doing this and developing yourself, you're literally changing yourself. I'm going to open the platform up. I've got Ricardo here, and he's a neuroscientist and he's working with us. And we're working on the origins of consciousness. We're working on developing ourselves. Uh, I associate myself with people that I believe that we're going to be able to develop further progress and change reality. How can we change the world? How can we contribute to the world? So we're working together on developing systems. We're also doing neurofeedback machines. We got a neurofeedback machine in Peru, and we're giving people the opportunity over there to start to reprogram. We've also got a TM meditation he's going to talk about that he's been practicing giving the TM for over 30 years, neurofeedback for over 30 years, and he's a neuroscientist, Dr. Neuroscientist, and been studying this for over 50 years. And this TM has been developed to teach people how to drop into your subconscious and literally untangle programs, emotions that have been holding you back and really stopping you from becoming the person you want to become. I'm going to open it up. Ricardo, you with us?
Yes, of course, I'm here. Hi. Good morning, everybody. Yes.
Good morning. I'll give you a platform here. We can discuss. I'll let you open up, kind of talk a little bit about yourself and what we're doing.
Okay, well, I'm a neuroscientist. I've specialized in the neurosciences of consciousness for the last 50 years, and I partake of a worldwide movement that is called In Search for the Origins of Consciousness. It actually exists. It was founded in the 1990s in the University of Arizona by an anesthesiologist, Stuart Hameroff. He had been an anesthesiologist for years, and suddenly one good day, he woke up on the right side of the bed, and he, for the first time in years, he asked himself the questions: what is consciousness? I have in my hands the power to take it away from people. What is it that I'm taking away? What is consciousness? That started the whole movement in the 1990s, 1992 or something like that. By then, I had started my work, my own take on consciousness from the point of view of neurosciences, and when I was in 1975. This thing started in Arizona in 1992, something like that. So when I found out that they existed, I have been doing this from 1975. I thought I was alone, literally. I was totally alone doing this research. And when I found out that they existed, I was very elated. I was very, very happy. So I found my way over there in 1996, I think it was, where I presented among other, I don't know, 298, 300 other scientists from all over the world, presented my take on consciousness, as everybody else there was also doing. And then when I was there, I was able to interact with other people who have been doing the same thing, the same take, the same action of wanting to understand what is the origin of consciousness. That hit me very strongly because I didn't know. I thought I was alone all that time. And then I presented my work, and from there on, everything changed. No? Everything changed. Everything went faster. All my transformations went faster. And yes, as Abraham says, you wanna get there, and the mind pushes you. The mind naturally, not the brain. The brain is something else. The mind pushes you naturally to go somewhere, and then you got to make sure, along with the brain, that you get there. You see, the brain controls everything in your body. Everything is a purely molecular machine, just as your body is also a purely molecular machine. That's what the brain and the mind do that. That's their job in our lives. And as such, they have one imperative. You've got to survive your circumstances. That's what the brain and the body do. And the brain interacts with the body, and the body gives feedback to the brain. That's it. That's the nature of the interaction. And as the brain interacts with the body, it is the puppeteer of 640 striated muscles, which are the muscles to which you say and do things. When you say something, you gotta coordinate 40 muscles in your face. When you keep your head up, straight up, you're coordinating 20 muscles in your neck. and the rest are muscles that are underneath your neck. So the brain controls that. The brain wires that, literally. There are neurons that have to get together. They have to wire between themselves from the moment you're born in order to be able to control, to coordinate, to synchronize these muscles between themselves. But the brain does not only is the puppeteer not only of these 640 striated muscles, they're also in charge, the brain is also in charge of coordinating and acting on your smooth muscles and also your cardiac muscles. That's very, very important what I'm saying. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it's a very powerful thing. So we come out into the world through the brain. We have to enmesh ourselves in the brain, which implies we have to master our brain. That's very important. That's part of constructing, building what we call the will. See, our will we cannot construct at all. It is not possible without enmeshing yourself with your brain. You see, and when you enmesh yourself with your brain, once you are conscious that you are using your brain towards your ends, the ends you have, and that the brain and the body become the means towards your ends, you see. And then when you do that, you have to master your brain. You have to master it. But there are two different ways. You can master your neocortex, the upper region of your brain, or you can master your subcortex, the lower region of your brain. You got two regions in your brain, two regions, neocortex and subcortex. You've got to master both. You have to learn to master both. And that is a very beautiful process, but very, very complex to describe. We just do it. That's very simple. But when you want to put words to what you're doing, it's very, very complex, extremely complex. That's
And
my job. I've been doing this for 50 years. No? Yes,
that neural subcortical control is really going beyond what you know. And the average individual will reprogram to a certain depth in their life, certain part of their life, and normally they stop.
Yeah, you see that.
Normally they stop reprogramming or having that control over their subconscious, and that's where all the fears, the doubts, worries, and all the programming comes in. Anywhere
Yeah,
in your life where you cannot go beyond fears, doubts, or worries, that's the subconscious controlling your behavior. And the average individual does not go beyond that, and they normally conform to what they have. So whoever you are, whatever part of the world you're at, this is completely normal. You have a completely normal operating brain. There's nothing wrong with you, but there is something wrong with staying there and not learning how to reprogram. This is where the average individual gets stuck, or people that have worked on getting unstuck stay stuck because they never continue to learn how to reprogram themselves, and eventually they conform to who they are.
that's very good. And underneath what he's saying, there is a very powerful natural laws governing all this. Very, very powerful. And all of you are exposed to those powerful natural laws. What do I mean by that? The neocortex has a particular function, and the subcortex has a different function. Both of them have their own functions, okay? And both functions, they're very different one from the other. I'll talk about it right now. But both functions are are there in order to, in their own way, to guarantee you survive your circumstances. That's all. That's what the brain and the body are all about, to survive. Even now, we have a house, we're protected from nature, all that. We still have to survive. Maybe we don't have to survive a lion anymore, right? We don't, but we have to survive our parents. We have to survive the possibility of not having enough in order to feed ourselves or feed our children. So that is always there under pressure. The brain is always under pressure, under the pressure of either you react or you respond. You respond or you propose. All of them translate themselves into muscles, muscles in action. You react through a muscle. You respond through your muscles. You propose through your muscles. But for the brain, those three options are extremely different. Those three options are extremely different. Okay, so how is it that the neocortex presents themselves in our lives? The neocortex detects and resolves uncertainty. The subcortex detects and resolves threat. Look at those two, uncertainty and threat. So since the day you were born, you're constantly wanting to resolve that. So you want to master all the uncertainty that is provided by any experience and that the neocortex will detect, it will want to resolve. How does the neocortex resolve uncertainty? It does so by detecting patterns of information. And that's the trick. You see? So if the brain cannot detect a pattern of information in a given experience that is holding a particular uncertainty for you, and that may be against your survival, then it will create the pattern of information. Look at that. Detect a pattern of information in order to solve the uncertainty present in an experience, or detect it or resolve or solve it, create it. If it detected, it's already there and it has extracted it. But if it has no pattern of information they can make, it will look to create one. And that's exactly where the mind comes from. The mind will give the brain options in creating patterns of information in order to resolve uncertainty. That's the
And it's
job of the neocortex. You see? It will
looking for options.
it will detect and solve uncertainty. Understand that the subcortex doesn't do that. The subcortex will detect threat, and will want to solve threat. By what? By either of two things. It will want to look for opportunities to go beyond the threat, or if it cannot find anything, it will immediately generate the emergency reaction. Okay, so it will push you chemically in order to fight, flight, or freeze. That's the emergency reaction. And that will happen if it cannot solve the threat by generating or looking for an opportunity to diminish the threat.
Go
So
beyond.
yeah, go beyond it. So that's the job. So you are always flanked by that. You are flanked by the work of your subcortex demanding, supervising anything that has to do with survival, detecting threat. And you're flanked by the neocortex looking to be able to handle uncertainty by generating or detecting what patterns of information there may be in a given experience. And do remember, any experience has two components to it. Look how complex it is, okay? 20% of any experience is what happens to you. You usually don't have any control over that. 80% is what you do with it. So imagine what you do with how is it that you contribute to reducing threat? How is it that you contribute to reducing uncertainty? Being that you are not born in your brain, you're born in your mind, but you got to go out through the mind, to the brain, I'm sorry, in order to be in the world with your body. So these are the technical aspects of what Abraham is saying. But it's the same thing. I'm just talking about what is underlying, the technical aspects of what's underlying. Talking about exactly the role of the brain, the role of the mind, what is consciousness, the role of consciousness with regards to how the mind works, with regards to how the brain works, and with regards to a very important fourth component. You've got the brain, the mind, and consciousness, but there's a fourth component. And the fourth component is you, the observer in you. Hmm? This is all what is implied in these two things that happen in your mind. If you want to go somewhere and you want to get there, you have to have goals. You must have direction. But underneath that, don't forget this. It's very easy to forget because you get involved with all the goals and all the glimmering light of the goals, no? Underneath the goals, underneath you're going somewhere and getting there, there is something that is happening at the same time. You are becoming somebody. You are becoming someone. That is exactly why Abraham says goals are not to get, they're there to grow. You see, who grows? You, the one that is becoming. You see? Okay, that's one aspect of how the mind works. The mind, that happens in the mind. What I just described, that happens in the mind. So as you can see, that thing acts on the brain, and there we have a human being. But underneath that section of the mind, that region of the mind, where you are going somewhere, and from there, from where you're going to get there, and underneath it, you are becoming somebody. Underneath that, there's a very different region of the mind, very different, and that's the one that TM targets. The mantra is designed to target taking you beyond to transcend. That's what's called transcendental meditation, to go beyond to transcend the activities of that region of the mind, which is more on the surface of the mind, where you go somewhere and you want to get there and you're becoming somebody as you do that. Okay? Underneath that, there's another region, completely different, totally strange from the upper region of the mind. The other region is a place where you're going nowhere, literally. You're going nowhere. And in order to go nowhere, you have to stop thinking and feeling all the things you think and feel when you think you're going to go somewhere and get there. If you want to go inside of you, you have to go nowhere. Literally, you must. That's the only way you can get there, going nowhere. That means you have to stop all the activity of trying to get somewhere. You have to stop all of it. And that's exactly what we teach you when you teach you to do TM. That's why I always say, I know you're going to mess it up because you're not aware of the difference between going somewhere and going nowhere. You're not.
And that the TM that we're talking about, it's as you go nowhere to nothing, you're literally allowing the body to reset, recalibrate,
Yep.
and release stress, anxiety, fears, doubts, worries. You're literally moving out of that consciousness. And by going out, you're allowing that reset period. So you're relieving stress for the day. As you practice this every day, you're also relieving stress that you've built up from a lifetime.
Yep. Correct. Very good. Excellent. That's it. I mean, in a nutshell, that's exactly what happens when you do TM. So you see, it's a very simple thing to do if you learn to do it well, but it's a very complex to talk about it. Very, very complex. No? Okay. Any questions there?
Anybody have any questions?
I've said a mouthful. Any questions? Shoot.
Also, if you guys have any questions later on, you can put them on the platform. We'll be happy to communicate with you. And it's really about change. Change is inevitable. We're always changing. And the key is changing in the direction that we want to. We're always becoming more. We're always becoming somebody, something, somewhere, sometime. But you're normally becoming more of the same. And if you want to change the direction of what you're becoming, if you've been repeating, becoming the same person for the last year, 2 years, 3 years, 5, 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40 years, it's not an accident. You've just been reliving the programs that you have. That's what you're doing. If not much has changed, all you're doing is replaying what you think you are capable of doing. Literally.
What is implied in what Abraham just said is that you are actually very much afraid of going beyond that which you already know. That's
Can you
one thing.
repeat that again, Ricardo?
Yeah, there are two components there. All human beings, we're very much afraid of going beyond that which you already know. But that's half of the equation. The other half not only being afraid of going beyond of that which you already know, but you're also too comfortable in your status quo to move out of that.
Yeah.
So there's fear and there's comfort. No?
And you'll understand it by the feeling. In the feeling reveals its inner nature. The way you feel, the feeling reveals the inner nature. You feel fear, doubt, or worry, it's revealing the inner nature. That's a program mindset that's not allowing you to move forward. You feel upset and angry because you don't have the lifestyle you want. In the feeling, you're getting the understanding of the inner nature. Your soul wants to grow, you're not allowing it to grow. So here we find duality and conflict, and everybody finds it whenever they're right in between the change they need to have and that they want. Their soul is wanting the change, and then their program, self-talk, is telling them, who do you think you are? And I'm afraid to change. And everybody gets there. Very few people go beyond it. This is true. It's happening all around the world.
What Abraham just said is well, man, I mean, it really jumbles up my mind because the words he's used, from my point of view, from my point of the science that I work with, there's a lot there that is not being said. A lot. It's you have to read in between the lines and the difference between the words he's used to actually get into the nitty-gritty of what he just said. That's my job. That's what I do. Sometimes I shut up, and sometimes when I don't shut up, I talk too much, and I don't remember it's time to stop, because there's so much, so much behind those words. A lot. It's a lot.
A lot of
For
movement.
for example, if I'll just give you a little example, okay? I won't go overboard. He just used the word, sometimes you're feeling scared. You see, fear originates in the brain, not in the mind. You see, but a feeling, okay, an emotion originates in the brain. A feeling originates in the mind. So you see how tightly knit they are? You see? So if you want to understand the origins of consciousness, which is my job, you have to make those distinctions. You won't be able to understand the origins of consciousness if you do not make those distinctions. But you cannot make those distinctions only conceptually. Once you've done it conceptually, you say, oh my God, look at that. You've made something visible which was invisible a second ago. You made a distinction, feeling and emotion. But you've made it a conceptual distinction. But now you have to live it. And that's the tough part. You have to live it. You see. So how do you live the difference between fear and feeling? It's very simple, actually, but to put it into words, that's a very complex thing. Okay, so what is a feeling that makes it different from an emotion? An emotion arises in the subcortex, only in the brain, subcortical region of the brain. An emotion does not arise in the neocortex. The neocortex has the power to control the emotion, but the emotion originates only subcortically. The feeling, no, the feeling originates inside the mind. Look at that. Okay, and the feeling does not live alone. The feeling is always paired with a thought, always, because feeling and thought they feedback on each other. That's a system that's given you. You live in there, but we don't understand that because you see, in the majority of human beings, since we have to survive for circumstances, okay, in the majority of human beings, thought and feeling have separated each other from themselves. We don't think what we feel, and we don't feel what we think. Literally, this
And
happens.
somewhere in between there, we're only bias aware to parts of it, depending on their awareness.
Yeah. You see, thinking and feeling, those are two mechanisms actually by which and through which you become aware. So if thought and feeling are separated, it's called escission. If they are escinded, if they are separated one from the other, it means you're not thinking what you feel and you're not feeling what you think. You see, and when that state happens, the brain will also gather that information and then it will make a different result than when you think what you feel and you feel what you think. When you think what you feel and you feel what you think, the brain will gather that connection between the two of them, and then you'll learn to say what you do and you do what you say, no conflict. But when you're in your mind, you do not think what you feel, and you do not feel what you think, the brain will also gather that energy, that information, and then it will generate a state in which you are doing what you do not say, and you say what you do not do.
It's conflict,
Conflict, yeah.
duality. Yeah.
Yeah. You see,
Separation of consciousness in different realms of consciousness.
now why do thought and feeling separate? That's a very interesting question. Why do they separate? Okay. Because at any given experience between 0 and 7 of our age, 7 and 14 of age, and 14 and 21, the first 21 years of our lives, any given experience in that range of time, okay, where we were not able to handle because it was too much. We didn't have the tools to be able to handle that experience. It was too much. It was overwhelming. The violence between our parents, all that kind of thing that we've gone, may have gone through. Feelings are automatically buried, and they're buried alive. When a feeling is buried, it never dies. It is buried alive, literally. So you leave the feeling without its oxygen. The feeling is hypoxic. It has no oxygen. because it is buried and it remains alive. Literally, I'm talking literally what happens in the brain as a consequence, you will bury alive a feeling. And since the thought is orphaned, the thought is orphaned, it becomes toxic. So that's the rise. That's the origin of toxic thoughts. Because there's an hypoxic feeling. It means that the feeling has been buried alive, and a feeling buried alive does not die ever. You see? So now we lived our lives with hypoxic feelings and toxic thoughts. And we've learned to accept that as natural, as common, as normal. But it ain't. It is not. It is common, normal. Yeah, we've made it that way over 2 million years. But it is unnatural. It is not natural. You see? A feeling is a messenger of the results of your thoughts. When you think, you are impinging upon a particular content with which you want to change the content. When you think, you're acting on an image, changing the image. When you think you're acting on a concept, changing the concept. But how the hell do you get informed of the information by which you've transformed whatever it is you acted on with your thoughts? By your feelings? The feeling is a messenger. It tells you the impact of what you did with your operations, with your thought. That's happening inside the mind.
It allows you to have access to go beyond.
Yeah, and that is where awareness comes from. Awareness is brought from there. You see, you see. So if you bury your feelings, okay, you're cutting on awareness. You're generating your own unawareness. How about that?
Yep. And it's a process, and that's what we're teaching. Day by day, people are coming in the class, and you're able to learn more about yourself and how to change yourself. Because the only place in the world that you could ever change is you. And if you're not learning to change you, you're just coming out of your same consciousness and repeating the lessons. Some people repeat the lessons their whole life.
Like Bob Proctor says, you are the only problem you'll ever have, and you are the only solution.
Yep.
Simple.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Simple yet you've got to train yourself to really learn this information daily, and it's a daily practice. We are
So,
at our time.
yeah, okay.
Thank you guys. Thank you for everyone that's on Facebook and is watching this. And send us a message. You want to learn more? And again, you can subscribe for $4.99 a month. You'll be getting classes in the morning, Monday through Fridays in English. And you're getting your daily dosage, 15, 20 minutes of really 25 minutes of this information. And you're also getting the seminars at the end of the month. You're getting a lot of value. Your 2025 work packet as well. Thank you guys. Have a blessed day, and we'll be seeing you guys. And we'll continue on. Ricardo, we'll
Yeah,
be
I'm here.
moving to our TM.
Okay. Okay, fine. So, a lot of activation here in your brain and your mind. Okay. So let's deal with that. We start doing TM. So please sit down comfortably. That's very important. That's very basic. Just comfortable. What is comfortable for you, which means your column, your back straight up. Yeah. Being reclined on whatever is sustaining you in the back. Comfortable. Please comfortable. Okay. And then you close your eyes. And then when you close your eyes, you'll see a black screen right in front of your eyes. No more light coming in. Yeah. Okay. And in that black screen, if you look deeper into that, you will find there's all kinds of activity, all kinds of thoughts all over the place, scattered all over that black screen. But there will be a particular little corner, a nook and cranny somewhere there, where the activity is not so intense as the other ones. When you find that space, you just look at it. Oh yeah, there it is. You go there. It's instantaneous. You move instantaneously there, and start thinking your mantra as naturally as you think any other thought. Yes, I will control the time. Go ahead. Start thinking your mantra as easily as you think as naturally as you think any thought. And let things happen. Sin abrir los ojos, por favor. Sin abrir los ojos. Dejamos de pensar el mantra. Without opening the eyes, please. Stop thinking the mantra. And if it still keeps on coming, do not favor it anymore. Do not favor the mantra anymore. Since you're all sitting up, always wait at least 1 minute before you open the eyes. And while you wait it, you can rub your different parts of your body. You can move your joints around. You can stretch like a cat. Whatever, as long as we do a very kind, gentle transition from the state we've exposed our bodies to, fourth state of activity in the brain, to back to the vigil, to waking state, okay? So slowly see to it, and you can open your eyes. Be mindful of the fact that sometimes the eyelids do not want to open immediately. We just wait for them. Good. Angelo, everything okay? Vicky, Rilu, Abraham?
Everything's okay, yes. Thank you.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Okay, good. Remember, I'm not guiding you, okay? I'm not guiding you. This is not a guided meditation. You're guiding yourself, okay? Just by using the technique. The technique is doing the job for you. That's why it's called a technique. It's a procedure that these people 5,000 years ago created somehow. I don't know how. But they kept the purity of the teaching during 5,024 years. It's amazing. Amazing. Okay, Abraham, anything else you want to say?
Everything good here?
Okay. So I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, guys. Okay?
Have a wonderful day.
Ciao.
Wonderful day, everyone.